So this is how I know that spring has really started. It's when we put our pansies out, and that means watering them. So it's the start of the season where all of the pots that we're going to plant get watered. So I have my hose connected and ready to go, and I have this incredibly complicated looking setup, but it's actually pretty cool. This is for filling the watering can, etc. And these hoses, if you haven't discovered these flexible hoses yet, you really don't know what you're missing. This will stretch all the way down to the garden, but if it doesn't, if you need it to go to the bottom of the garden, but if you need it to go even further than that, you can actually screw another hose to it and double its length. So this, I don't attach any sprayer on it, anything to it, because you can control the flow with this little tap here. You can see you get a slight flow there, or you can get a incredible. So this is the very first pot that I'm watering this season, and from now on it will be my morning ritual when we have these pots planted up, and I'll come out every morning and water them. One of the absolute joys of spring and summer in the garden. So we have pansies in all different locations, just to really brighten up the garden. We have those yellows down there, which you can see from the street, and then in our fountain garden here we have them on that stump, and we also have them in our front garden. Out there are my steps that I finished. If you saw the video that I posted a couple of weeks ago, I said I was going to paint the porch. Well, it's painted, and there are more pansies out in our front. Oh, and I did an extensive video all about pansies last year. I'll link it on this video. And another sure sign that spring is finally here is when the fish start to wake up. You can see they're still not very active. The water needs to get a little bit warmer before they wake up. So let's test the water. Oh, and you can also see down there, you can see the water lilies starting to leaf out. So that's pretty exciting. So when the water temperature reaches about 55, that's when they'll wake up and actually want some food. So let's see where it is right now. Gosh, it's close. That looks like 52-ish. So next couple of days we should be able to feed them. I suppose I could actually try throwing in some food and see if they're interested. So this is the food we use. It's pellets. Some of the pellets float and some sink. Just throw a small amount in and see what they do, see if they're interested. You can see that some of it is sinking, and yeah, a little bit. Yep, mildly interested. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this camera off my head, and because it's an action camera and it's waterproof, I'm going to go in and take a close look at the fish. So that guy with the black spots just swimming away, that's McCoy. The red and white one here, that's Sherby. Because yes, nearly all of our fish have names. Some of them don't, some of the babies don't, because the babies were born accidentally. And in fact, that's probably the first question that most people ask when they see the fish is, do we name them? And yes, we do. And we do get a lot of questions, so many that we've actually done a video. You could look it up on this channel. The title of it is, Do Koi Have Teeth? We answer your wildest questions. and I think in there we answered about 20 questions. The fish are an absolutely wonderful addition to our garden, and there's nothing like sitting out on the patio and just listening to the water and watching the fish. The black and white one there just swimming by, that's Data, because the majority of them are named after Star Trek characters, and this huge guy, the biggest guy in the pond, that's Captain Picard. So thanks for joining me in the garden today, and I'll see you in the next video.